Coal is a combustible black or brownish-black sedimentary rock with a high amount of carbon and hydrocarbons. Coal is a non-renewable energy source because it takes millions of years to form, and coal contains the energy stored by plants that lived hundreds of millions of years ago in swampy forests. The 6 coal types are anthracite, bituminous, subbituminous, lignite, and peat. Thermal coal is the commodity used primarily for its heating value and is anthracite coal. Metallurgical coal or coking coal is used in steel making and is bituminous coal. The Intercontinental Exchange, ICE, offers thermal coal futures for delivery in Rotterdam, the Netherlands. Coal futures have exploded higher in 2021 and 2022. The world's leading coal-producing countries. China is the world's leading coal producer, with India and the US second and third. Russia has the 6th leading output, and Ukraine is the 17th. The world's leading coal-consuming countries. Coal is a critical fossil fuel for electricity production. China, India, and the US are the leading coal consumers. They consume more coal than they produce. Russia is the 5th leading consumer, but it exports coal to consuming countries. Rising oil and gas prices have put upward pressure on coal prices. While the world shifts towards a greener path for producing energy via alternative and renewable fuels, fossil fuels remain the primary products that provide power. Crude oil, natural gas, and coal are the hydrocarbons that dominate the global energy market. Brent crude oil is a benchmark for 2/3 of the world's production, and consumption rose to $139.13 per barrel in March 2022, the highest price since 2008, when it reached a record high of $147.50. Brent was trading above the $116 level on March 21. NYMEX WTI futures spiked higher to $130.50 per barrel earlier this month. The highest price for the energy commodity was in 2008 at $147.27. WTI futures were over the $112 level on March 21. Natural gas is a highly volatile energy commodity. At nearly $5 per MMBTU, NYMEX natural gas futures are at the highest price in years in March as the winter ends. The high in March 2022 was at over $5 per MMBTU, a level not seen in March since 2008. U.S. natural gas has traditionally been a domestic energy commodity. Meanwhile, processing the gas into liquid form for export worldwide has made it more sensitive to worldwide prices. UK natural gas futures soared to a new all-time high in March as Russia supplies Europe with the energy commodity via pipelines. Before mid-2021, the highest price for European and Asian natural gas was $117. The price rose to $1,665 and was at the $1,157.25 level on March 21, a dizzying move. All-time highs in Rotterdam coal futures. Higher oil and gas prices have put upward pressure on coal demand. Coal supplies have been falling as increased regulations and government policies addressing climate change have inhibited mining in many producing countries. Thermal coal for delivery in Rotterdam, the Netherlands rose to $465 per ton in March, a record high. Before 2021, the all-time high was $237 per ton, and coal prices were above that level on March 21. Sanctions on Russia, inflation, falling global production ignited the bullish fuse. Inflation and increasing demand after the global pandemic have increased energy prices over the second half of 2020 and through 2021 and 2022. Meanwhile, the shift in the U.S. energy policy caused U.S. fossil fuel output to decline, creating bullish trends in oil, gas, and coal markets. Russia is a leading producer of hydrocarbons. The invasion of Ukraine, sanctions, and retaliatory measuring lit a combustible fuse in the fossil fuel markets, causing price spikes in March. While prices have come down from the highs, the trends remain higher. the supply-demand equation continues to experience falling output and supplies and rising demand when it comes to the coal market. Coal prices are likely to remain high with occasional upside spikes in the current environment.